He spoke with a smile that never reached his eyes. I owe everything to my sons. My daughter just didn't have what it takes. Around me, laughter echoed, champagne glasses chimed, and applause rolled through the room. I was invisible once more, the overlooked child who had helped build half his empire, yet never earned a place on the plaques. Warm golden lights bathed the banquet hall, highlighting his silver hair and the picture-perfect image of his family. Cameras flashed incessantly. My brothers, smug and self-assured, patted his back as if they too had claimed a stake in his legacy. Then I rose. Each step across the polished floor made a sharp rhythm against the ongoing applause. In my hands, I carried a small gift wrapped in black paper and tied with a red ribbon. "From your greatest failure," I said, placing it in his hands, and walked away. When he finally opened it, the scream tore through the hall. I remembered the days I once admired him. At 8, I would sit on his office floor while he explained the stock market, his deep, steady voice almost sacred. My brothers were allowed to play with his cufflinks. I received a calculator. "You're clever," he had said once, "but business isn't for little girls." That moment marked my first understanding that in his world, love was earned, and some of us started at a deficit. I learned early to stay silent, to listen between the lines. I observed how he spoke to clients, the way he charmed investors with polished half-truths and meticulous lies. He called it leadership, I called it performance. When I graduated at the top of my class, he didn't show. A board meeting, he claimed, couldn't be postponed. Yet when my brother's startup flopped 2 years later, he wrote them a check, praising their potential. The betrayal was gradual, almost elegant. When I joined his company, I believed it was my chance to prove myself. I worked twice as hard, 3 times as long. He gave me the title of Chief Operations Assistant, glamorous, until I realized it was merely a glorified secretary. One evening, while finishing a client report in his office during his absence, I opened a folder intended for the board. My name stared back at me. Reassign her tasks. Detail-oriented but lacks leadership qualities. Keep her busy. Phase her out quietly. His signature at the bottom sealed my realization. That night, something inside me stilled. I did not quit. I did not confront him. I watched. I listened. I learned. Beneath the corporate veneer lay hidden accounts, falsified earnings, and private transfers routed through shell companies under my brother's names. He believed no one would notice. Except me. Months were spent unraveling the threads, ledger by ledger, line by line. I tracked every shadow, every misstep, until I knew precisely how to dismantle him. Not with anger, but with meticulous precision. I started quietly. Anonymous emails to the board, subtle nudges to auditors, all carefully timed. Suspicion was unnecessary. Certainty was essential. Then I forwarded critical documents to regulators, leaving no trail back to me. He had always said, "Information is power." He never suspected I was listening. When the retirement gala was scheduled, it became the perfect stage. A final celebration before his inevitable downfall. In the week leading to it, I completed the last steps of a plan he unknowingly built for himself. The black box I handed him that night contained a single flash drive. Every fraudulent transaction, every falsified statement, every shell company, and one file titled "From Your Greatest Failure." By the time he opened it, I was already gone, parked across the street, watching the ballroom's glass shimmer in golden light. Soundproof windows kept his scream from reaching me, but I saw the shock drain his color and ripple through the crowd as he stumbled from the stage. It didn't take long. Within 48 hours, the investigation became public. The empire founded on lies crumbled under headlines and subpoenas. My brother's accounts froze. His legacy rotted from within. They said he suffered a breakdown, locking himself in his office for days before authorities arrived. He tried to reach me. 12 missed calls, 1 voicemail. "You don't understand what you've done." I did, perfectly. People ask if I regret it. Regret is for those who once had love and lost it. I was never granted that chance. I did not destroy him out of hatred. I did it to restore balance, to show that the daughter he dismissed had learned from the master and surpassed him. Now his company carries a new name, mine. His office is empty. His reputation lies in ashes. And me? I sleep more peacefully than ever. The world calls it revenge. I call it inheritance.